Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. It's me, the YouTuber that you're wanting to get information from that has no good opinion. And in today's opinion, I'm going to tell y'all which one is better between the Nintendo Switch Lite or Switch, and which one you should get. So without a doubt, let's get right into the video. Alrighty, so in this video, we're basically going to be talking about the different specs between the consoles, all the different stuff you need to know about them, and the little tiny things that to some people matter about the systems. And I have both systems, actually. I used to have a blue Nintendo Switch Lite, which I could see in the older videos, and I sold it after I got my regular Switch about a year ago. And I wish I didn't do that, but I have my Nintendo Switch right here, and yeah. I've been loving it a lot, and I've been using it a lot, especially on the TV. But I also got my Switch Lite. It's a gray model, same color as the Switch I have, and I really like this model. I really like the coloring of it. And yeah, I love this Nintendo Switch Lite more than the Switch because of just my preference, I guess. I really like something that's lightweight, that I can easily hold for long periods of time, which is also why in the Game Boy set of things, I use a Game Boy Pocket more often, because they're way lighter. But for handhelds, like in portable mode, I prefer to have like a lighter version of what I can play games on. So like with the Switch, I could play that in portable mode from 30 minutes to about an hour and a half before my hand starts to hurt, not cramping up. It just starts to hurt because of how heavy the system is. Even with the barely any difference in weight, this is way better to hold for long periods of time to play. Even though it has a little bit worse of a battery life because it's the newer Nintendo Switch, it's still really good. And the reason why I say newer is that there's three different variants of the regular Switch. There's the OLED, the original launch, and the new Nintendo Switch. The newer one is just the one that's in the red box. That's the regular Switch that has a better battery life. The original launch Switch could play games in portable mode between 2 to 6 hours. The new Nintendo Switch can play from 4 to 9 hours depending on the game in portable mode, which is this one. And the OLED can play from 5 to 10 hours. This Switch Lite can play from 3 to 7, 3 to 8. It's 3 to 7 or 3 to 8 hours, depending on the game, which is really good, especially for a portable-only system. And also the fact that it don't take that long to charge. It takes about half the time as a regular Nintendo Switch to charge, which is pretty good. And I really love the designs. The different colors for this thing is amazing. Even though you still can get different colors in special editions for the Switch, I love the all full color feel of the Switch Lites. There's different models of the Switch and Switch Lite special editions and color variants. For instance, for the regular variants, there's the OLED. For the regular Switch, there's the OLED pretty much, which is white Joy-Cons. There's the regular neon ones, which is a red and blue color. And then there's the gray ones, which is the one I have, the gray Joy-Cons. Then for the special editions, there's a lot of special editions. There's the let me think here. There's a lot of them. There's the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Smash Bros, Dragon Quest, Mickey Mouse Disney theme. There's also a Pikachu and clothing designer one, and I'm pretty sure that's it besides the Animal Crossing one. And the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom one. That's another one. And the Super Mario Red one. There's a lot of special editions. For the Switch Lite, however, there's still a pretty good amount, but not as much. We got, for the basic colors, we got blue, the regular blue. There's regular blue, yellow, coral, gray, a dark blue, which looks purple in some lighting, and I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it for all the basic colors. And then for the special edition, we have Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. We also, I think, got... There's way too many to think of. I'm pretty sure there was there was some other one for a different game. But there's way too many to even think of for the Switch and Switch Lite. There's way too many special editions. The special editions will cost you a pretty penny on eBay unless you find someone that don't know what they're selling, which is very rare, but it's honestly like Christmas when you find those. But if I had to tell y'all, I'd say just go with the basic colors. So yeah, the prices are only $100 different, but for the OLED, which we're not talking about, it's $50 more than the regular Switch. But the Nintendo Switch is $300 before tax, and the Switch Lite is $200 before tax. After tax is gonna make you stay around about $364 to $264 after tax for the systems, and yeah. But in my opinion, if you have $300 and you're trying to get a game with the Switch, get a Switch Lite. You may miss some features, and if you want those features, save up a little bit and get some pocket money or allowance and just use that with the money you already have. But which one should you get for what type of person you are? There's two different types of people, actually three. There's the one person who always plays on the big screen on the TV, and barely 10% of the time plays on portable. And there's the person who mostly plays on portable mode, but loves the option of a home console playtime because they either don't have a home console or don't like theirs, or they just never got around to buying one. And then there's the person who never plays on the TV and always plays in portable mode for the reasons of either they don't like playing on the TV, they're not allowed to play on the TV, they have a TV from the 1970s, or they just love to have the feeling of playing in handheld mode. It's all different types of people and what they prefer. Now, if you're either one of the first two options, go with the Switch. Even though if you were the type of person who barely plays on the TV, if you really think you're going to want that option to play on the TV, just go with the Switch. Save up a little bit more and go with it. You can be a little bit patient if you want that extra stuff. But with the Switch Lite, that's for people who just want to play portable mode. You can play tabletop mode, but you have to buy separate wireless controllers or Joy-Cons. And even if you want to charge those Joy-Cons, then you still got to buy a charging dock for those, which is going to cost you around the same amount as if you would have bought the Switch regular. Because Joy-Cons are $80, charging dock is $30, so that's more than if you would have bought a regular Switch. So it's going to cost you a lot. I made that mistake. But I ended up actually liking the Switch Lite more. I just like the simple form factor. Also the fact that it don't have a removable Joy-Con, so it's a bit more sturdy, so you don't got to worry about holding it like this and then it just falls off. You don't got to worry about that. So, I really like this though, honestly. It has all the stuff you need for the Switch. It has obviously the back. It has the triggers at the top. It has volume, power. It has the vents up here, headphone jack, and game slot. And also something that I kind of realized a little while ago is that because of the Switch having detachable Joy-Cons, so you can challenge anybody you want in a two-player game, it has to have on both of them a joystick and 4 buttons, which is why it cannot have a D-pad, which some people are always mad at, like, Nintendo, put a D-pad on the Switch. You can't. You really can't, because you're going to need 4 buttons and a joystick on each controller for them, for in case you want to, like, challenge someone. In case, like, say you're on a long road trip, you want to challenge your brother or sister, or even another family member that's in the back seat with you while you're on a road trip. Or you want to challenge someone that you just started a conversation with at a Starbucks or even any restaurant. You need the 4 buttons, which is why the Switch Lite has a D-pad and not the Switch, because it's a portable handheld system, so it just has the D-pad because you can't take this off at all to challenge anyone. So it's just a one-person thing. I really love this thing, and I've said that way too many times. But the one thing I don't like about it is it don't have a kickstand. Because I feel like they could have, like, made a small kickstand, like, right here, like they did for the Switch. But the only thing that's holding you back from ripping out this SD card is a little tiny flap that barely stays closed. So, I don't know. Also, the buttons are a bit different, and they sound a bit quieter on the Switch Lite, as you could hear if I click the buttons on here. And then we go over to the Switch Lite. You could definitely tell the difference in the sound. You can tell the difference. If you can't, I held the Switch Lite actually closer, so that means that it's still quieter. But it's a lot quieter for the buttons on the Switch Lite than the Switch. So in case of the person that's right next to you sleeping, you don't want to wake them up with the loud button presses of the Nintendo Switch. Switch Lite has quiet buttons. They have like some weird type of silicone type buttons compared to the plastic buttons on the Switch. And it's really good. Both of them are. Both Switches are really good, but it just kind of depends on what you like. Like I mentioned, the different ways you could play and which one you should get. There's a few more things that you should think about as well. Like also how big the system is. The Nintendo Switch is pretty big. Actually, if you take off a Joy-Con on the Switch, the Switch Lite and the Switch are the same size. It's basically the Switch Lite is just a Joy-Con shorter than the Switch, which is still a pretty good amount of difference in size, but it's still a pretty good size system. You won't get cramps unless you have terribly big hands like Bigfoot. Then you may run into a problem and need a grip. And yeah, that's the only reason why I'd be uncomfortable. Besides, I don't know, probably holding it in a weird way. I've walked by some people at like sporting events that don't want to watch the games, and I'll see them holding their Switch like this, playing it. I don't know why. I don't know what type of claw grip they got. I don't know if they're in the Toy Story movie and they're trying to get one of the aliens in the claw machine. But I just hold mine like this, like regular. I put my pinkies on the bottom, or I just keep them like that, and I just play. Which is the most comfortable way to play, in my opinion. But I don't know about those other people that hold it like they're in a claw machine. So I don't know. But, yeah, basically. I really like the Switch Lite more than the Switch. I don't know about y'all, but I would, probably refer y'all to get the Nintendo Switch, if I'm being honest. But if you're like me, play portable mode most of the time, don't really care about the, being able to play, like, a home console, and just want a little system to play the newest Switch games, go for the Switch Lite. But if you're that one person that's going to make it a problem about the home console stuff, get the Switch so you can play it as a home console. It could charge, and then you could easily slide the Joy-Cons in, take it, and play portably on a full charge for a long time on a plane flight, car ride, or just anywhere you want to. Or even challenge somebody random. Take a Joy-Con off, hand it to a friend or a stranger, become friends, make new friends, anything. Anything can happen with any of these systems. But that's just what I think. But that's basically just my opinion on both systems. And let me know which one you would get in the comment section, which one's better. And yeah, that's it. My name's Hunter, and I'm the Stuttering YouTuber, and I'm out. Peace.